1. Flyers offseason complete. Cam York deal, playoff hopes, and roster breakdown. 2. Cam York signs 5-year deal with Philadelphia Flyers, NHL news. 3. Cam York signs 5-year, $25.75 million contract with Flyers. 4. Cam York's $25.75 million extension, breaking down the deal and its impact on the Philadelphia Flyers. 1. Flyers offseason complete. Cam York deal, playoff hopes, and roster breakdown. Is this the turning point the Philadelphia Flyers have been desperately chasing? The Cam York contract might just be the spark that reignites hope or exposes deeper cracks in the rebuild. Let's unpack why this deal could be the first domino in a summer of surprises. When the Flyers locked in defenseman Cam York with a 5-year, $25.75 million deal, $5.15 million annual average, GM Daniel Briere seemed to close the book on the team's most pressing offseason task. But here's where it gets tricky. York's journey to this contract was anything but smooth. After a breakout 2023-24 season, negotiations stalled early last year. Fans raised eyebrows when fellow restricted free agents Tyson Foerster and Noah Cates signed extensions in May and June, while York remained unsigned. Whispers grew louder. Was Philadelphia shopping him as trade bait to fix other roster holes? Instead, the Flyers doubled down, betting that stability and a fresh coaching staff could unlock York's potential. Wait, did the coaching change just become York's secret weapon? York's rocky relationship with former coach John Tortorella was no secret. Their infamous sideline argument in Toronto accelerated Tortorella's exit, and York admits interim coach Brad Shaw's arrival last season gave him a psychological boost. I could finally play with freedom again. It felt like my old self. Now, with Rick Tocchet's track record of reviving power plays, remember his work with the Penguins? York's chances of thriving seem brighter. But here's the catch. His new deal includes zero trade protection, leaving the door open for a future deal if things don't click. Briere claims he's prioritizing short-term playoff pushes while keeping 2020 SIXS cap window wide open. Is Philadelphia truly climbing out of its rebuilt basement? Let's break the optimism down. 1. Power play redemption arc. Last season's 30th ranked unit might finally get a makeover. Tocchet's history with elite man advantage systems, see his time with the Coyotes, suggests he'll emphasize creativity over Tortorella's rigid style. Assistant Yogi Svejkovsky's player-friendly approach could also help. 2. Center ice overhaul. Christian Dvorak's $5.4 million one-year deal raised eyebrows. It's steep for a depth pivot. But with the Flyers desperate for face-off help, it's a calculated risk. Here's the twist. Briere insists Dvorak isn't trade bait, despite the price tag. This team owes it to veterans like Sanheim and Konechny to try for the playoffs, he hinted. Dvorak's camp? They're all in on Tocchet's system. 3. Zegras' second chance. Trevor Zegras' acquisition drew universal praise. Philly stole him without surrendering top assets, banking on a change of scenery to revive his career. Even a return to his 65-point pace, his career high, would be a win, especially if he anchors a top-2 line. 4. Goaltending can't get worse. Dan Vladar's .895 save percentage isn't Vezina-worthy, but at 27, he's got upside. If he hits league-average stats, paired with Sam Ersson's resurgence, the Flyers could gain 10-plus points in the standings. Not flashy, but effective. 5. Fresh blood alert. 2022 fifth-rounder Alex Bump's camp crash course makes him a lock for opening night. Don't be shocked if 2024 first-round pick Jett Luchanko and number 6 overall Porter Martone join him. And Matvei Michkov? The Russian phenomen's sophomore season could be explosive. But hold on, could drama still brew? Briere teased offer sheet aggression, with Buffalo's Bowen Byram still unsigned, a rumored target. Yet Philly's cap crunch looms. They're already at the limit, forcing tough choices before October. Does this mean the York deal was the last major move? Or is Briere saving fireworks for 2026? Here's the elephant in the room. Was Dvorak's deal truly necessary, or did it waste cap space? And could York's lack of trade protection backfire if Tocchet's magic doesn't materialize? Weigh in below. Should the Flyers stand pat, or did they miss a chance to swing bigger trades? Photo: Charles Leclerc/Main Images. Kevin Kurz is a staff writer for The Athletic NHL based in Philadelphia. Follow him on Twitter at KKurzNHL. 2. Cam York signs 5-year deal with Philadelphia Flyers. NHL News. Breaking. The Philadelphia Flyers just locked down their future defense leader in a $25 million gamble that could redefine their playoff hopes. Cam York, the 25-year-old defenseman, signed a 5-year, $25.75 million contract extension Monday, a deal that's already sparking heated debates about value, timing, and the team's playoff drought. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a bargain in disguise, or a risky overpay for a team still rebuilding? Under the terms, York's contract carries a $5.15 million annual cap hit through the 2029-30 season. With the NHL's salary cap projected to skyrocket to $113.5 million by 2027-28, up from $88 million last season, this deal could age like fine wine. For comparison, top-tier defensemen currently command 8 to 10% of the cap, meaning York's 4.5% share at peak cap growth might look like steal. But here's the catch. Does his production justify even that smaller slice? Flyers GM Danny Briere didn't hold back on optimism. Cam's been our Ironman, logging 21 minutes a night while evolving into a two-way threat. This isn't just about stats. It's about locking in a culture driver as we shift from rebuilders to contenders. The move completes Philadelphia's offseason puzzle after acquiring flashy center Trevor Zegras from Anaheim and signing veterans Christian Dvorak and goalie Dan Vladar. Now, the elephant in the room. York's 77 points in 235 career games for a team that hasn't sniffed the playoffs since 2020. Skeptics argue this rewards potential over proven results. Supporters counter that his puck-moving skills and durability, he's missed just 12 games in 3 seasons, are exactly what young cores need. York himself fired back at doubters. I've seen the vision. We're building something explosive here. This isn't just my contract. It's a down payment on our comeback story. So we turn to you, hockey fans. Smart long-term play for a rising blue liner? Or desperate overcommitment by a franchise chasing past glory? Drop your take below, and don't hold back. P.S. Keep this receipt. We'll revisit in 2027 to see who called it. 3. Cam York signs 5-year, $25.75 million contract with Flyers. Imagine being just 24 years old and already signing a whopping 5-year, $25.75 million contract with one of the most iconic teams in the National Hockey League, the Philadelphia Flyers. This is exactly what happened to Cam York, a restricted free agent defenseman who has just committed to a long-term deal with the Flyers, boasting an average annual value of $5.15 million. But here's where it gets interesting. York's decision to stay with the Flyers wasn't just about the money. It was about his love for the city of Philadelphia and his desire to be part of a team that's on the cusp of something exciting. As he put it, I love Philadelphia, and it's my home. I'm comfortable here, and I want to be here as long as I could. York's passion for the city and the team is palpable, and it's clear that he's eager to be a key player in the Flyers' future success. But what does this mean for the team, and how will York's presence impact their performance in the upcoming season? To answer this, let's take a closer look at York's background and his expectations for the future. with 17 points, 4 goals, 13 assists, and an average of 20.47 of ice time in 66 games last season. York has already proven himself to be a valuable asset to the team. However, he's the first to admit that he didn't quite live up to his own standards, especially when compared to his impressive performance in the 2023-24 season, where he set NHL career bests in goals, 10, assists, 20, and points 30. So, what's driving York's determination to do better this time around? For starters, he's excited about the prospect of working with new coach Rick Tocchet, who is expected to bring a fresh perspective to the team. York is also looking forward to taking on a more offensive role and showcasing his skills as a versatile player. As he explained, "I feel offensively I have so much more to give. I feel like I have a lot of skill that other defensemen don't have." One area where York is hoping to make a significant impact is on the power play. With only 9:36 of power play time last season, he's eager to get more puck touches and increase his ice time. As someone who has been a power play guy throughout his career, York is confident that his lateral movement on the blue line and his shot will make a big difference. But here's the part that might spark some controversy. York's contract extension has raised questions about the Flyers' salary cap and how they plan to manage their roster in the coming years. While some might argue that the deal is a smart investment in a young and talented player, others might see it as a risk, given the team's current financial situation. And this is the part most people miss. The Flyers' general manager, Daniel Briere, is adamant that York is a crucial piece of the team's puzzle, saying, "We are very happy to have Cam under contract for the next 5 years and be a main piece on our blue line." Briere's endorsement of York is a testament to the player's hard work and dedication, but it also raises important questions about the team's strategy and priorities. As we look to the future, it's clear that York's contract extension is just the beginning of an exciting new chapter for the Flyers. But what do you think? Do you agree with the decision to sign York to a long-term deal, or do you think the team is taking a risk? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. With York's contract in place, the Flyers are poised to make some waves in the NHL, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. 4. Cam York's $25.75 million extension, breaking down the deal and its impact on the Philadelphia Flyers. The future of Cam York, analyzing his new contract and its implications for the Flyers. In the world of sports, few moments are as pivotal as contract negotiations, and the recent extension of Cam York is no exception. This deal not only shapes York's career trajectory, but also has significant implications for the Philadelphia Flyers' future. On July 7, 2025, the Philadelphia Flyers general manager, Daniel Briere, can finally breathe a sigh of relief as he wraps up his offseason tasks. Securing a contract extension for defenseman Cam York was the final piece of his summer puzzle. However, the excitement doesn't stop there. In the early hours of the morning, Chris Marr broke the news that the Flyers and York had reached an agreement on a 5-year contract, which carries a salary cap hit of just over $5 million. This was later confirmed by Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman shortly before 9 a.m. The 24-year-old restricted free agent has officially signed a 5-year deal worth $25.75 million, ensuring that he will remain under the Flyers' control until the end of the 2029-30 season. Interestingly, this contract does not include any trade protections, a notable difference from the deal signed by teammate Noah Cates. This aspect could lead to various interpretations about the Flyers' long-term strategy and their confidence in York's development as a key player. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans might question whether this investment in York is justified, given the unpredictable nature of player development in the NHL. Is the Flyers management making a wise choice, or are they taking a gamble on a player who has yet to fully prove himself? As we delve deeper into the implications of this contract, it's essential to consider what it means for York's future and the overall salary cap situation for the Flyers. With this extension, York is positioned to become a cornerstone of the team's defense, but it also raises questions about how the Flyers will manage their finances moving forward. For those passionate about the Philadelphia Flyers, this is an exciting time. The commitment to Cam York signals a belief in his potential and a desire to build a competitive team around him. What are your thoughts on this contract? Do you believe the Flyers made the right move by extending York? Join the conversation in the comments below and share your perspective.